What's up and welcome back to the Gridiron with Chance Aspen. Make sure you subscribe down below, like this video, comment. Now, enjoy this video. Alright, welcome back to my NFL Thoughts video. If you don't know by now, every single week I give you 5 NFL thoughts, and this is week number 9 of my 5 NFL thoughts. Let's get into it. Thought number 1. I like the way the Philadelphia Eagles have simplified the offense for Jalen Hurts. I just do. I think they have looked like such a better team over these past couple of weeks now that they've gone towards more of a running game than a passing game. They're run first, run second, then maybe pass third. And I think that's helped not only the Eagles, but Jalen Hurts. Because I think Jalen Hurts is better when he's only having to throw the football 20 to 25 times a game. I think when he gets out of not being Jalen Hurts and not being an elite quarterback is when he has to throw the ball 35, 40 times a game. That's not when the Eagles are at their best. They're at their best when they're a run-first, run-second football team, and they're focused on running the ball with Saquon Barkley and also running the ball with Jalen Hurts. Using Jalen Hurts' feet as a weapon has been huge for the Eagles. And it's so nice to see because the Eagles have so much talent, especially on offense, that if they just keep playing like this, they're going to be a tough team to beat. And it's so good to see because I like Jalen Hurts as a player. But he's not a guy that you can drop back 35 to 40 times a game and it be successful week after week after week. It's just not. It has nothing to do with Jalen Hurts. It's just not who he is as a football player. But now that they're going more running game, giving the ball to Saquon Barkley probably 20 times a game, using Jalen Hurts in the running game, and then only asking Jalen Hurts to make those 4 or 5 plays with his arm to win a football game is what is allowing the Eagles to have all this success currently. And it's been nice to see because the Eagles are a good football team. So I love the way they've simplified this offense. I think it's a beautiful thing to see. And if the Eagles can keep this up, they're going to have a chance to do some damage in the playoffs. Thought number 2. Even though the Colts lost, benching Anthony Richardson was the right move. It just was. It was time to bench him. He wasn't playing great. He tapped out after one play because he was tired, which it was a joke. And he just wasn't seeing the field that well. He was forcing the ball down the field. All his passes were errant overthrows at times. He looked uncomfortable. Like he just didn't look how he should look. Look, last year when he was a rookie, he looked like he was going to be the best rookie quarterback before he got hurt. But this year, he's looked a little happy in the pocket, not going through his progressions, and I think it was just time to settle him down. And I thought Shane Steichen it was a tough decision, don't get me wrong, but I thought it was a good decision by the Colts to settle him down, and I would sit him for a couple of weeks. I would not bring him back this week, next week. I would sit him for a little bit just to relax him, just to give him time to relax and realize the mistakes he's made and how he's not been playing up to his level that he can play at. We've seen that he can play at a high level when he's on. And just sit him down for a couple weeks, let him see from that point of view, and hopefully he comes back and shows you why you drafted him so high. And I think he will. But it doesn't matter how many games they lose. I know you want to win, but the right decision was benching him last week. They made the right decision. Thought number 3. What a magical turnaround it has been so far this season by the Washington Commanders. And really, I credit 3 people for this turnaround and for this success so early into this kind of rebuild. The first guy is obviously their first-round quarterback and their leader of their team, Jaden Daniels. He has been tremendous, specifically on third down. Like his ability to execute on third down, whether it's with his legs or his arm, has been elite. Like it has been way beyond his years. He doesn't even look like remotely like a rookie when third downs arrive. He has been sensational. He's been the leader. He's been elite on the field, elite off the field. He's been all you can ask for out of a first-round quarterback. He just has been. He's been tremendous. If you have any complaints about Jaden Daniels, then you don't know football, because he's been tremendous. And he's the biggest reason why this turnaround has happened so quickly. It's very CJ Stroud-like. You come in to a terrible franchise that hasn't had a lot of success. The ownership's been bad. Coaching's been bad. And you come in and you turn it around. And Jaden Daniels has proven to be that type of guy. Not everybody's that type of guy. There's a lot of those types of players. Not everybody is that type of leader and guy in the locker room that can gather and galvanize a whole locker room to start believing that you can have success instantly. The second guy is Dan Quinn. You have to give Dan Quinn a lot of credit, right? He comes from Dallas as the defensive coordinator. And look, he's still calling the plays on defense, and their defense isn't great. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and be like their defense is fantastic. It's not. But it also doesn't have a lot of talent. Like, for how much talent it has, I think he's getting the most out of that group. And he's been fantastic. And he's been the leader that this franchise needs at the coaching position. He's been stable, steady. I think Dan Quinn has done about as good of a job as you can do in your first year as a head coach with a new team. And the third and last guy is Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury and his play calling has been off the charts fantastic. Even when Jaden Daniels got hurt a couple weeks ago, they brought in Marcus Mariota, and that offense didn't look like it took one step back. It was tremendous. And that gave me like, oh, Cliff is really calling plays at a high level. I think he's running the ball more than he did in Arizona, which is great to see. A lot more creative play calls. Those three guys, Jaden Daniels, Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury, are the reason the Washington Commanders are 7-2 right now. Thought number 4. The Chicago Bears need a new head coach. It is time. It is time. And I hate calling for people's jobs, but Matt Eberflus, it is time to move on from him. Not only is he a defensive guy, which I just don't think is going to work with Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams is one of those quarterbacks that needs an offensive guy as the head coach and an offensive play caller as the head coach. He's made too many mistakes. Their team has a lot of talent. Like, this isn't a bad football team. This team has a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. But now, back-to-back, just pathetic losses. One on the Hail Mary to Washington that should have never happened, and then a blowout loss in Arizona. Pathetic. This team has looked like they've given up on their head coach. It really does. And I hate saying that, but it looks like they've given up on Matt Eberflus. And it sucks for Caleb Williams, because now you're going to have to wait till next year to really show who you are. But I think it's time. I think Caleb needs an offensive guy. I really do. I think Ben Johnson has got to be the first guy they call. His ability to call plays, his creative play calling is going to help Caleb a lot if they get him. Like, he would be my first guy to come to Chicago and help out the Bears and Caleb Williams. My fifth and final thought here in Week 9, the Detroit Lions are the best team in the NFL. Like, they just are. From top to bottom, they are the most complete team in the NFL. I don't even think they played that well against Green Bay, and they controlled the game, and the game really wasn't even close. Like, their ability to run the ball, their O-line is tremendous. It's the best O-line probably in the NFL. They can run the ball anytime they want. They can throw the ball anytime they want. They got the play-action game. They got the trickery with Ben Johnson calling the plays. Their defense has taken that step where they can play man-to-man coverage. They got pass rushers. Even without Aiden Hutchinson, they can still get home with their pass rushers. Their defense has really taken that step. Remember, it was the Achilles heel for this team last year, and now it's more of a strength for this football team. But I think from top to bottom, they are a complete team, and they look scary good. Like, scary good. They have played the most complete football game after game after game that I've seen all year from any other team. And I know the Chiefs are undefeated, but the Chiefs have not looked this good. But the Lions have. And right now, they're the best team in the NFL. But that's my NFL thoughts. Again, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment, and have an awesome day.